Alright, I grinded all the mini games, did all that shit. All that's left is to synthesize every item and beat this guy. I hear he's very hard though, but I'm on standard. I think I'll be okay. Sora must face this challenge alone. So I thought I was gonna be able to abuse some links. Cannot. But hey, we're almost at the end. I'll wait until someone makes a guide for the synthesis stuff. If people need help with the flan thing, I might have some tips. Oh, okay. the little shoulder wing was pretty funny. Oops.
Back off.
Yeah, you can. Okay. Can I not? Okay. Oh, what? Oh. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, people wanna.
Yeah. Back at you. Got him. Yeah. Back off.
Oh no.
So long.
Ultimate Infinity Circle. I don't know if he actually. I don't know. Oh, he's powering up.
Back at you.
Ultimate form. Oh wait, no. I guess standard makes it really easy. Not too bad so far. Is it because I'm level 99? Is that why? Let's see what the finish is. Oh, just like Omni Slash. Do it again. Got it. Maybe I should wait. I should save until freaking. I'm just gonna keep blocking. Okay, where are you? Come on. Okay, stay with fire. Ah, my defense is too high, honestly. Like, it's not. I don't actually have to parry this stuff. Like, I can actually just take the hit. Right, like, I can... Oh no, get out of there. Oh. Not the way I want to win, but... Ultimate form. So they say final form for last. Go. Come on. Oh no, no. That's it? I guess this is what happens when you grind to 99. Oh, that was, I mean, I was ready to parry all that stuff, and then it just kind of didn't really matter. Crystal Regalia. Grants a huge boost in strength and magic, a small boost to maximum AP. Finger smack selfie. Yo, let's do it. Let's do a selfie. That was... We'll just beat him again for fun? I don't know. I guess this is the power of standard mode. But yeah, supposedly he only has those 3 attacks. Alright, let's do a slightly more legit. I don't know. I also have like the best stuff, so there's that too. What does the thing actually do? Crystal Regalia. Oh wow, it increases all your stats. Alright, I'll do one more time, just for...
So much has happened here.
Just to see. So he only has those 3 attacks. He has the red ring, which you don't want to be close for that. It's an AoE, it stuns you, supposedly. He has the combo, and he has the orbs. I don't know what you're supposed to do about the orbs. I guess you could just block all of them like I did. I mean... Alright, let's go. So you can just kind of, you know, block, do your counter, right? You know, with the combo. Hold up, get out of there. So yeah, it stuns you, see? And you oh. Oh. What? That block shouldn't work. Come on. Oh, he's leaving a flame trail. That's pretty cool. Oh no. Ah. I say as I proceed to go as I do worse and worse. Oh, don't freaking, lesson learned, don't hold a direction while you're blocking. Alright, cool. I guess you can spam some magic in the meantime.
Back off. Yeah.
Oh, you can't block that final hit?
Back at you.
Oh, oh. Okay. Let's spam some. Oh, he goes all the way around. Oh, he has a block too. Interesting. All right, so he powers up. All right, so he can go around too. You want to be ready for that.
Here we go.
Going to final form. Gotcha. Oh, you gotta take advantage of the invincibility too about your recovery. Oh, and you can teleport in final form, so there's that. Alright, what do you got? Oh no, this is the Oh, okay, so he actually does them in combination now. Oh yeah, just use parry. God, that looks really cool. What do you got? So two of his moves are pretty close range. You don't really have to. Oh, gotta get out of there. Alright, you could dodge it. Oh! Got it. So you might not want to counter, because you get the full combo after. If you're level 99, it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, what do you got? Yeah, it's not too bad. Alright, I was expecting way worse. But no, he's... I mean, I'm on standard, if that matters. He only really has those three moves, but he starts using them in combination when he forms up. Let's go read his description of the thing. Completed adversaries? What is it? You know what? Let's go through the whole... Well, let's go to him first, and then we can... I'll read through the whole adversary. Dark Inferno, here we go. These dastardly dual wielders are like blenders on roller skates, except worse. You can try to keep your distance, but they'll soon close in on you or else huck a fireball your way. Be careful attacking when their blades are crossed. That means they're ready to... Okay, so if he's in that stance, just don't hit him. Stay cool, bide your time, and strike when they drop their guard. It's so dumb that, like, the secret fight is against some generic heartless dual wielder guy with flaming wheels. Oh, that's a reference to the Chinese mythological deity Naja, who's supposed to ride on wheels of fire. But yeah, I mean, alright, it was an okay fight. Just that's it. It's not even a Sephiroth fight. They better patch in a Sephiroth fight, yo. Let's go read the secret reports. Save them for now. Recollections. Am I alive? I awoke in a cell, alone, until the researchers came with their tests and their prodding to uncover my identity. I had no answer to offer them. 4 friends and a key. That is the sum total of my memory. I could not even recall my name. I was simply called X there. My only solace was the time I spent talking with the 2 boys who would visit from time to time. One day, a man came to take me from the prison. I could not see him for the darkness, save that he wore an eye patch. Even now, years on, I feel no closer to understanding who or what I am. May my heart be my guiding key. Huh? Is this the... Oh, is this the Xehanort? Terra Xehanort? Some days have passed since I set off on my journey to prepare for the Mark of Mastery examination. Ericus asked for leave to undertake the same pilgrimage, but apparently I am the first... Oh no, this is by Xehanort then. I don't know if it's by the same person. But apparently I am the first to tour the worlds written in the old fairy tales. Until a few short years ago, I'd only known my own world, a speck of land surrounded by sea. But how I dreamed of, yearned for the world beyond. And granted guidance from the future, I left that nest behind. As I treaded the path to my Dark Master's side, I came in contact with darkness in many forms. I knew even then, as by instinct. Terrifying as his power was, it could be harnessed, mastered. Ericus is a blue blood. descended from the very first masters in the age of fairy tales. But I did not come this far to indulge in adultation. I will be his peer, his equal, and to do that I must learn to wield the power born from both darkness and light in proper balance. Xehanort. Okay, signs Xehanort. Are they from different people? Probably. Oh, here we go. Experiment of the Heart. Notes on Subject X, Excerpt 1. Subject was found... No, it's female. Okay. Or, they're female. Subject was found in the central square shortly after dawn. Female, approximately 15 years old. After 7 days' observation, she spoke her first words, but could not provide a name. Subject exhibits signs of profound amnesia, and displays concern about which world this is. Her words suggest that she departed her homeworld with others, though she cannot recall the names of her erstwhile companions. All efforts to explore these memories have met with a rejection response. After his initial experiments on me, Ansem the Wise ceased his research into the heart. His hand stayed by some fear I cannot fathom. Yet this new subject is like me, devoid of memories. She is the perfect sample upon which to continue my master's work. She too could benefit from it. By traversing the heart, we have a direct path into memory. I myself have begun to reclaim my lost past thanks to these very experiments. Who is she? Whence has she come? These are questions no scientist could ignore, and the words she muttered, "May your heart be your guiding key." Xehanort. Is it Aqua? No. I don't know. Well, the subject 1 is not. Subject X is not Xehanort, then it's female. Scion, maybe? Notes on Subject X, Excerpt 2. Subject's memories have not returned, and our conversations remain less than lucid. What fragments can be gleaned evoke a bygone world, like one out of fairy tales. As improbable as it seems, the question may not be where she has come from, but when. If she truly has crossed through time, the prospect of probing her heart is all the more compelling. My pilot studies used a handful of subjects, but none of possessed the fortitude to endure them. Ultimately, all suffered mental collapse. I knew it would be a heavy blow to lose a subject as unique as she. Upon discovering the tests I've been conducting, my master demanded I cease my work immediately and destroy what research I've compiled. Worse still, he ordered the release of my remaining subjects. She is gone. Where is Subject X now? Has wise Master Ansem hidden her away? Amine, maybe? Whatever the case, I will not be deterred. I will take her place as the first subject in the grand experiment to come. Alright, so past Terra Xehanort had to rediscover his memories. Memoirs, Excerpt 1. That castle was a wonderland to us children. Within its walls, Ansem the Wise conducted his research, and the fruits it bore allowed everyone outside to live in peace and happiness. That alone was enough to stoke our interest, though not all the rumors that escaped its walls were so benevolent. By night, the muffled sounds of human wails emerged. There was talk of dangerous human experimentation. Leia and I couldn't help but hatch a plot to steal inside and sate our curiosity. The two who stood guard at the gates were researchers themselves, though you wouldn't think it to see them, massive and barrel-chested as they were. And slipping past that duel was only the first hurdle. It proved one not easily cleared. We were found and tossed out on our ears, time and again. On the day we finally secured our entry, we descended the long spiral stair at the heart of the castle to find a dark space below it, lined with cages. There wasn't enough light enough to see if they were inhabited, and we were in no position to call out to any occupants within. Yet we could feel it. A definite presence, there in the black. Terror washed over us, and we immediately regretted coming. But just as we turned to flee, we heard the faintest of voices. The urge to run was nigh overpowering, but someone or something beckoned us on. There, framed by the tenuous sliver of light, we found her. Oh, it's Syax and Axel. It was too dim to make out her features. We spoke to her in hushed whispers. Who was she? Why was she imprisoned here? She had no answers for us, had no memories at all. She was an enigma. But I knew I wanted to help her, and so we continued our infiltrations. Most of them stopped short at the castle gates. When we did manage to find our way inside, we spoke with her. That was all the comfort two children like us could offer. But, well, Lee had other ideas. He was determined to free her. We slipped into the castle that day knowing only that what we wanted, with all our hearts, to save her. But we did not find her inside on that day or the next, or any of our subsequent visits. Had she been moved? Had we simply imagined her? Lee and I knew there was only one way to be certain. And so we stand before the castle gates today. Not as trespassing children, but in order to become Ansem the Wise's newest apprentices. Alright, so this is... Oh, we're gonna find out the mysterious missing girl that, Sax and Axel are always whining about. On the replica program and reanimation. Following my erasure and my recompletion as a human, I did not awaken right away. Perhaps the damage was exceptionally grave. Even after waking, I remained in bed, pondering my next course of action. In my work on a replica program for the organization, I produced some 20 vessels. Most of the early results were failures. Not one of them granted a number. The first success to emerge from that early lot was the Riku replica. Subsequently, Zion, number I, was essentially indistinguishable from a natural human, though she became unstable due to the influence of others. Using those two as my foundation, I worked to construct a number of nigh-perfect replicas, but just as they neared completion, my efforts were cut short. I suspect Xehanort aims to use both the initial lot as well as the unused replicas for my later work. I arose today and decided to walk out to the square, my first outing in some time. Yet my stroll was interrupted when a surprising visitor appeared with an unexpected offer. Though younger than me, he'd risen to become Xemnas' right hand. I accepted his term and became a nobody once more. Easier to gain access to the old replica program that way. Whatever it takes to atone. Vexen. So he willingly, our undercover guy, we still don't know what happened to him. I guess they just benched him and that was it. The real organization. Xehanort seeks to gather 12 vessels, which, together with his true, actual self, he considers the real Organization 13. Now that he has the numbers he needs, Demix and I are being treated as reserves. Several others who had served Xemnas in the old organization have followed the same course as mine, electing to abandon their newly restored humanity and rejoin the real organization as nobodies. But not Xemnas. Xemnas cannot exist in the present because there is already a Xehanort here, the old man in charge. The old man's humanity prevents his heartless and nobody, others vanquished in the past, and his younger self from being denizens of this time. To circumvent this, Xehanort is using the prototype replicas that are created in the past as containers, plucking his other selves' hearts from the time they existed. Xehanort ordered me to refine the prototypes, to make them closer to the real thing. Perfecting my creations so they may house true flesh and blood humans suits my own purposes as well. All that remains for my atonement is to devise a way to pass on as many of the vessels as I can to those who truly deserve them. Oh, Vexen just putting in that work behind the screen, behind the scenes. Handsome Code Conspectus Expert 1. I poured over the data my master entrusted to Riku. Here, I offer my preliminary conclusions. Within Sora's hearts are 3 compartmentalized boxes, each containing the heart of another. It's like a Matryoshka ball of hearts. One box holds Roxas. Another holds a second heart that has been with Sora nearly as long. The third has held his heart for much longer. These hearts have melded with Sora's and can no longer have voices of their own. Any attempt to mechanically extract them could prove as dire for Sora as what caused him to become a heartless in the first place. First, a vessel for each heart must be readied. Then, a spark of some sort is required to induce its waking. Obviously, the ideal solution is to restore each heart to its own body, but, whatever the case for the 2 unknown individuals, Roxas possesses no such thing. The same is true for Naminé, who we believe resides in Kairi's heart. Still, if alternate bodies can be secured for them, all their hearts require to be awakened is that spark. People they cared for, and who cared for them, who could show them the way home. Complete and perfect digitalization of the heart is impossible. We can only hope to partially reconstruct it. Thus, I see no way forward but to extract the hearts we so desperately need directly from within Sora. Fortunately, the data stored in Twilight Town contains a near-perfect record of the memories of those who lived there. And for Roxas and Naminé especially, this is crucial. Yenzo! Alright. Huh. Alright, this comes kinda into recent problems we have to deal with. Can you perfectly digitize the human mind? It's like a Westworld thing. Watch Westworld, people. Season 2 kinda went down a bit, but well, still has potential, though I have no idea if they make a Season 3 where they're gonna go with that. And some Code Conspectus. Excerpt 2. As for how to contain their hearts, the only conceivable option is the replicas. If we transfer in the digital memories from the Twilight Town archive, the replicas should be able to reconstruct each individual's human appearance with near-perfect results. Then, their hearts need only the right spark to wake them, so they may find their way out of Sora and Kairi and into those newly made bodies. The replica program was truly revolutionary. but it was incomplete at the time of the old organization's dissolution. Without Evan, how are we to further the research? We need at least 3 replicas, one for Roxas, one for Naminé, and one for the unknown stowaway within Sora's heart. These are difficult quandaries, but as I work through my master's data, I find myself remembering the taste of ice cream. When I was a boy, he would bring me some when we took walks together. There will be time to regret my betrayal later. For now, my focus must be on restoring Roxas and Naminé, and proving my master had good intentions. Freaking Ansem's still alive, though. Somehow. Observations Excerpt 1. I have seen it through. The Keyblade War unfolded exactly as written on the lost page. Now, the Keyblade the Master entrusted to me must be bequeathed to another. 5 Union leaders have been chosen from the surviving Dandelions. I will pass the Keyblade to one of them, and then continue watching the future unfold. Yet it seems that someone has pulled the old switcheroo. One of the 5 is an imposter. Someone the Master did not choose. They represent a virus in the program he so carefully wrote. The virus has become a strange undertaking, a reckless plot to allow the 5 to escape into another world line. Surely such a thing can't be possible. We're talking about the same trick that allowed the Dandelions to transfer to other world lines after the Keyblade War. But these children are no masters. They haven't the means. Unless, of course, a certain lady of magic summoned here from the future knows more than I do. The whole Union leader thing was supposed to be by the books. Are these new events just another phase in the Master's grand plan? Alright, I'm assuming this is a Xigbar. Observations Excerpt 2. Even on a world line with no Keyblade War, peace is but a dream. In the absence of us and our master, a darkness arrived. One that will surely lead the world to yet another demise. Oh, wow. The Xigbar from another, like, alternate timeline? Amidst the chaos, I bequeathed my Keyblade to one of the Union leaders, just as the master instructed. I watched as the 5 were sent to another world line, at no small cost, ensuring the line of Keyblade wielders will live on. And now, Keybladeless, I must depart this land to fulfill my final task. This means casting my own body aside and sojourning my heart in vessel after vessel, as many as it takes. But I will continue gazing upon each passing era, one onto the next. In time, be it years or decades, centuries or millennia, I will meet the 5 once more. Somewhere in this cyclical history of bequeathings, a chosen one will appear and reenact the Keyblade War. When the scapegoat arrives and takes my Keyblade in hand, that will be the time to take the stage and finish my role. The Lost Masters will awaken. Oh, that was the whole point of why Xigbar was in the organization then, I guess. It seems this body, this name, will be my last. The lives I have lived over the ages could fill volumes, but for now I must focus on what matters most. The Keyblade has been successfully passed down, generation to generation, and it seems a Keyblade Master devoted to the darkness may finally arise. Until now, I have watched over the course of events from a distance. Perhaps the time has come to intervene. I need only play the role of a fool, desirous of the Keyblade's power. I will don the mask of his ally in order to keep watch over my Keyblade from close by. The Gazing Eye, a Keyblade forged from the eye of the Master of Masters. He passed it to me, as I have to others, and through it he can see the future, all that will ever come to pass. Spanning the ages in body after body, life after life, my task has been to keep vigil over the eye as it passes from hand to hand. It has been a long time, longer than I can express. But now at last the Keyblade War has begun, and Kingdom Hearts will open. A true and complete Kingdom Hearts, born of the clash between darkness and light. I will soon be reunited with my old companions, and in that moment my long vigil will reach its end. He will return. Okay, that's Xigbar's actual... Alright, that's the next saga, right? Or I guess he reawakens the time-traveling, dimension-traveling old Keyblade Masters, and we're probably gonna have to fight them. Yeah, it's been fun. Kingdom Hearts 3 was a really good game. I love the mechanics they added. My main problem is they took out all the Final Fantasy characters. And next time, please don't have a trophy that makes me synthesize every item in the game. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be less than freaking 15 years before before Kingdom Hearts 4. And Disney maybe lightens up from their IP lobbying or some shit like that. Time for some Resident Evil. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that. That was, I'm kind of curious about the plot, actually. The plot is nuts, like, no doubt about it. But, hey, there's some promise there, too. Alright, thanks for watching.